Do you get nervous before shows, or is it kind of second nature to you now?
I'm probably a little bit nervous about tonight. It's a bit of a sense of event about tonight, and the room is...
If you put chandeliers in a place, you kind of...
Yeah, instantly you're just creating some sense of moment that, maybe you won't live up to.
So what kind of spurred this need to kind of create an alter ego, if you will? What was the idea behind it?
At the time, I don't know. I think I was just a bit wasted. I just decided it would be funny. I found the idea of Arabia being my surname hilarious, and
it's a great juxtaposition of words. I'll give you that.
Yeah, but it's just ridiculous. It's a pain in the ass to Google.
Since you met me, you've been trying to pull me out of this apple pie bed. You've been pulling, you've been witching, you've been hoisting, but my legs are made of lead. From the very start was the frequency of your beating heart. I was consumed with greed. You were like weed in the time of need. Lord, I got down on my knees and believed. Apple pie, well, my body's made of it. Ooh, apple pie, babe. Apple pie, well, my body's made of it. Ooh, apple pie, babe. Apple pie, well, my body's made of it. Ooh, apple pie, babe. Apple pie, well, my body's made of it. Since you met me, you've been trying to pull me out of this cold, defiant soup. You've been pushing, you've been pinching, you've been prodding, but my mind was in a loop. And all I could hear since the dawn of man was the ocean in a cola can. I was consumed by you. I was like deer that lost to you. Girl, I don't know what I'd do without you.
What would Lawrence Arabia be doing then if he were backstage before a show? Is there a real difference in character? How big's the kind of leap?
Lawrence Arabia. Well, in my mind, Lawrence Arabia would be writing some kind of sort of classical novel in the New Zealand Southern Alps. He's sort of the Samuel Butler type, or Richard Burton translating the Arabian Nights. If Lawrence Arabia was a genuine character, and if I was actually a good actor, he would be fruity as hell.
I dreamt of a woman come to me. She was my first infidelity. She was so demanding, I knew it would be good. So I touched most of her body, because I knew I could. I knew I could. I knew I could touch the girl in my dream. Touch the girl in my dream. We reached downtown Auckland, lower CBD. We kissed under the white lights of the Port Authority. You came in and lay with me. There was nobody else but me. Just sexy you and sexed up me in sweet nocturnal harmony. You're the girl in my dream. You're the girl in my dream.
Do you get yourself quite lost in it, or are you always kind of aware that you're performing and there are people watching you?
I'd say 75% of the time I get pretty lost in it, and sometimes I just become aware of one person in the audience or an atmosphere, and suddenly I just find myself standing there. It's just James Milne standing on the stage going, what the hell am I doing here? Such a strange career.
That kind of, I don't know, mystery or kind of otherness has been important to so much amazing music. It's kind of a good thing to tap into, I would think. Does that sound about right? Or?
Yeah, I think so. And I think something about my nationality makes it impossible to fully commit to it. There's sincerity is a really hard to come by in New Zealand, and everyone's so modest and self-deprecating, and just everything's too close. You can't just sort of strive out and be Patrick Wolf and just be this ridiculous flamboyant character. Ultimately, you're going to go home and people are going to go, "What the hell are you doing?"
When I sing and my voice keeps breaking, I wanna hold you when I'm bad, 'cause you're my dream teacher, and I'm number one in your class. Ooh, teacher, you're so damn lucky to have a student like me, 'cause I need you and I feed you your necessary apple a day. Doctor away, I can't help it that I want you so bad I can't stand up at the end of the class. I can't hide it from you, but I'll show you it in private in detention today.
I was going to ask about kind of topics for your songwriting. It seems that kind of anything's game for a topic. Is that fair to say? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just take whatever comes to me. It's hard writing songs. It's hard thinking of things to write about. So, if something comes, I'll write about it. I'm not precious at all. But I mean, they do tend to be about sex and sort of just bitchy urban life in general, I think.
What is it about those topics that tends to find an interest in you?
It's just life, really, isn't it? I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, I think that's 90% of my life. So
sex and bitching.
Sex and bitching, yeah.
The crew of the Commodore. 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 The crew of the Commodore.
two topics you mentioned, kind of the potentially quite fraught with, you know, a lot of anger and bitterness and things like that, but you seem to kind of express it musically in quite a serene way a lot of the time. Is there kind of a fun kind of juxtaposing those two ideas, these kind of like potentially dangerous topics with this kind of luscious sound?
I find actual genuine anger or angst, it's really difficult to convey without sounding just like a moaning little bitch. So I tend, if I even have those sentiments, I tend to subvert them anyway, just to stray away from that this sort of teenage kind of sense of entitlement and moaning.